G'day everyone, welcome back to I Love Drift channel. Just finishing the exhaust on rx7, doing some stuff, did some welding because I didn't film much of it. I didn't film any of it actually, but because I got impatient, so I've welded on the V-band for the back section so I can take the muffler off and just welded up a hanger, some 10mm rod welded on there. So I can put that on and then that'll hold itself up and then I can do the rear muffler section. So hang on a sec, sit you down. I'm going to weld like a nut on here so I can put tie wire through the V-band clamp to stop it from rotating down, because you wouldn't want this the bolt to hang down and then scrape on the ground, because then you'd never get that nut off and you'd be pretty frustrated cutting it off with a grinder. So do that, something similar on here, and then this has got to go back here somewhere. So yeah, weld the other half of the V-band under this little short bit and something like that. Happy days. Ooh. Does it look alright? The hardest part about exhaust when you're on the hoist and up in the air is like you can't see. It's hard to tell what it's going to look like from down the ground, but pretty happy with that. So I'll weld the V-band onto this bit first, and then that'll kind of hold this end of this when I clamp that on there, and then I'll make the hangers, and then that'll be in position. It'll look sweet. As you can see, it's pretty tucked up. The lowest part is this part here, which is pretty much the same height as the bottom of these subframey things. So yeah, all the rest of it's super high, so it should be pretty sweet. So let's get that bit done and then we're finished with that. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've welded on the 4-inch tip because I wanted to make sure I could see where it was going to sit and stuff, and the length at the back. I didn't want it to be hanging out too far in case you get too close to a wall and end up just bending the whole exhaust over, which can happen pretty easily. The back end on these cars look really short, so you wouldn't have to be like that close to a wall to even touch this, so might have to cut some off it later. But yeah, to get it exactly where I want it, I did have to kick it across a bit, the actual muffler. So at that joint there. So yeah, but I'm pretty happy with where it's sitting. It's not dead level, it points up slightly, which is what you want, and it's angled out nicely to the side. So it's looking pretty good. So let's go bend up some hangers now and tack those on. I'll tuck this in position, and then once the hangers are attached, when it's all in the final spot, then bring this rear section down and finish welding it. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes. there we go. Always make sure you wear your alloy gloves, because I'm always wearing like dirty steel gloves and I forget to change them. But yeah, that's that bit. Pretty hot right now, so I won't pick it up, but there you go. Happy days. And I'll chuck that up on here, put the clamp on, that'll hold that bit there, and then get to doing the hangers and stuff. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so I've bent up some hangers. This is one that didn't work out, but just use a 10mm rod and just bend it up in the vise. And then I've tacked them on, but it was in position. So, and I've tacked this piece in here, so it's all ready to weld. So I always brace my hangers across the top, something like this. Weld that on each side and in the middle, because they're only alloy and they move around a bit. So weld those up, and then that's pretty much it. I've got to do another mount at the front. I'm waiting for I've actually ordered what is this, like one of those rubber mounts that has like the thread sticking out both sides, bolt, like a through bolt kind of thing, for the front to weld onto the stainless stump pipe. But then, yeah, that'll be it, all done. So, yeah, let's weld this up, and there we go. I'll show you at the end. Okay, that's all welded up. Welded it, finished welding it around there, and welded all my hangers on. 3 points, triangles. Triangles are strong, especially because it's only a 10mm alloy, so wouldn't take much of a whack to bend those out of shapes if they were just like rods welded on. So always like to triangulate hangers. Even if you're doing just steel, you should triangulate them like that. Put a brace across. Jeez. So you can see I've wire brushed it because I stuck the tungsten a few times. Bit of an awkward shape, and I was like on this plastic work table I was working on. It's actually a bit slippery. So it slipped on me a couple of times, but oops, stuff falling down. But yeah, that's that. Looks pretty cool. It's pretty satisfying. I'm going to cut the bottom of that extra long hanger off, this one here where I didn't weld it the whole way. I'm going to lob that off just there with the grinder, because it doesn't look even with the other one. So I don't know, you probably won't even never see it under the car, but it's kind of like just a waste. It's only as strong as, like, you know, the first inch of weld. So yeah, there you have it. That's that. It's still pretty hot, so I can't pick it up just yet, but chuck that on in a moment and see how it all hangs. I would like to put one more hanger like here somewhere, but just working out where I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll bolt something to this. There's 2 bolt holes here, M8s, and bolt something up there or something. But I've got to get a rubber mount in between there. It's kind of too close, and this one over here is kind of like too far away. But I'll do something on there, because once you've used the exhaust, it gets dirty. It not very nice to weld to again. Like if you're welding on the outside of it, it draws all the crap through into the weld, because it puddles up on the inside as well. The alloy transfers the heat pretty quick, so you kind of want to work out what you want to do and do it all now. There's not going to be much coming back later, and if you did, it would be pretty ugly. It's all going to be dirty and have road grime on it and stuff. But yeah, so there you have it. This section weighed 2.4 kilos from with the V-bands on it. Not the actual clamp, just the V-band pieces as a finished piece. And then I guess we can take this and we can take this muffler. The muffler's actually pretty heavy because Scotty made it out of I think it's either 2.5 mil wall thickness or so, scales 2.9 kilos I think. Pretty light, even though it's pretty thick wall stuff. It's good that you use thick wall stuff on the actual muffler, because it means that the hangers won't be likely to tear off if they flex and flex and flex. So sweet, there you go. It's pretty light. You know, less weight swinging off the back of the turbo, less likely to crack the manifold, or if you do back it into a wall and you shove your exhaust forwards into the back of your turbo, you know, the aluminium will just crumble here where these bends are, will just crumble, and it's not going to be likely to crack your manifold, especially if you had an expensive 6-boost manifold or a tubular stainless one. Once they're hot, you get a bit of a nudge from the back and see you later, mate. So yeah, but the main benefit is light, I guess. But yeah, so hang on. I'll wait for this thing to cool, then I'll show you it on the car, and then that'll be the end. There it is, all done. Exhaust. It's something like that. Over here. Pretty happy. Come up pretty good. I did stick the tungsten in about 8 zillion times, but you know, I'm old. 44 this year. Hands are shaking. Got tennis elbow and shit. What? Is it again? Holding the hangers gets a bit blobby because you got to fill that V where the rod meets the tube, but yeah, he looks pretty cool. Another major item off the list. Very good, thanks for watching. Now I'm gonna get something to pull the engine out. I gotta get the crank sent away and get the oil drive thingy, spline drive for the oil pump, sweat it on, and I want to weld a strut brace across the back of the engine bay to the towers. So I need to get the engine out to do that, get in there. So yeah, pull all this off now. Exhaust, gearbox out, engine out, do all that. Anyway, thanks for watching. check out ilovedrift.com.au for all your stuff. There's new dresses for the girls and new beanies and stuff. New colours coming for the beanies. It's still winter here. Yeah, I'll see you next time.